Recording in progress. Here we are.
Hi, and happy St. Valentines.
It's the Marcella and Aurora show.
Yes. And we're here to answer your questions about love today. Hope you're all having the most beautiful and majestic time of the year. Okay, so all of the questions are about love today. So the first question will be 2023, how will my love life be? So for every every person that resonates with the question, just take it, and if it doesn't resonate for you, just leave it and take every messages with, if they resonate, by checking with your inner beings first.
Yeah, we set up the group question, all questions that come in to be applicable to those who are listening and watching now or at a later date. Spirit knows who's going to be here, and if you get body chills, if you get tingles in your head, if you have a sense that that message is for me, then take it. If not, don't take it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, but I have good news. The cards, I pulled out 3 cards and I got the message: true love, attraction, and reconciliation. Now, what the message I feel is that if in this year, the person at least that asked how 2023 will be, there will be a lot of attraction, and maybe if you cut cords with someone in the past, they might reappear in your life, but don't let them in unless you are sure that unless you don't want to repeat the pattern. So you're sure that now this time is true love, or it is because the people involved, so both you and them, have healed, moved on from maybe past problems. And if you feel that you keep repeating the same thing, maybe it's time to put yourself first, to love yourself, and so that you can attract a better partner for yourself. Either way, I think the main card that you need, the main message for today, is true love. So check with yourself how your true love feels like. Check with yourself when you meet someone, if this is how you want to be loved or how you want to be treated, and this is how you would treat yourself. And if the answer to the question is yes, then don't hesitate to open your heart and bring true love and more love into your life, so that you can attract higher and higher vibration partners in the future.
I was getting some of the same messaging. It looks like a circle and it loops back on, like the reconciliation part, like where you come back into maybe a partnership that you've been in before. And when you said, but make sure it's updated to present time,
Yeah.
or however you worded it, I was like, yeah, that's the right message that was coming through. It's just like, just check in with yourself to see if that's the if it's an updated, or if it's coming back, circling back to you, to let it go.
Yeah.
It could be either one. Just because an old flame comes in doesn't mean that they're here to stay.
Another message that came to me is that the biggest attraction does not necessarily equal the biggest true love. Sometimes I feel like, oh, this magnetic pull, it's like, it's amazing. I've never feel like so attracted to someone. It doesn't mean this is the true love of her life.
No.
So check again if it's just maybe a karmic relationship that is there to heal and let go, or if it's indeed worth giving it a shot and see if this is the true love you'll be looking for.
Yeah, because it could definitely be. A lot of times those really strong attractors are past life too.
Hey, I have another question that is he my soulmate? Do we want to get this one, or how to know if we are with a soulmate or not?
That's a good question. Okay. What cards did you pull?
Very interesting cards. I pulled 2 cards. The first one is, so I pulled one card with the intention to reply to specific question, like, is he my soulmate? And then another card with, how do we know it's a soulmate? So the question, is he my soulmate, is a free yourself card. So it's basically this is the time to take back control of your life. It is the sub message of the card, which means that sometimes we stay in relationships or we get obsessed, quote unquote, with someone because we believe he's our one and only true mate, true soulmate, and we're never going to find anyone else. Or like, as I mentioned before, this attraction is so big that he must be our soulmate. So then when we convince ourselves that he's our soulmate, even we tend to disregard red flags and not see like the behavior, the patterns of the relationship, because we're like, no, it needs to work. He is my soulmate. So the message is to free yourself from the concept of soulmates or twin flames or anyone, any label that you would put in a relationship with a person before like truly and deeply knowing them yet, or like even giving this relationship a chance. And to my question, how to know if it's a soulmate or it's trust that is the message. And it's also trust in for the current relationship, trust that you are right where you need to be and this person is in your path for a reason. It doesn't mean all necessarily that the reason is always like true love and then things are going to work out, but it is a reason. It can be a reason for clearing past traumas, past healing, so that you can bring the new soulmate into your life. But you need to trust yourself, trust your process, trust your guides, your higher self that is bringing in your path whether you want to. And you can also actively attract soulmates, not just wait for them passively to come and then see if they fit or not.
And you are your own soulmate. So you have everything you need in you. You don't need a soulmate. Sometimes soulmate can be a very difficult relationship, and they're here to like urge you on your trail and get you down the path further. Sometimes they poke you, and like it's not always the nicest, cleanest, la la love kind of relationship. So pay attention to what is actually happening in the physical with the relationship, not just your in your head idea of true love and what it is. And don't lose yourself. You are your own soulmate.
Exactly. Which brings us to the next question. Is there anything more you want to add?
No, go ahead.
The next question also very interesting. He said that well, it's in Albanian, so translate in English. In Albanian is I have my life with my husband, which means that she's currently living with her husband. She's like, or not, because I've been told that I need to be with my twin flame now.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Do not do just because somebody tells you something psychically does not mean it's true. Anytime you pedestal a psychic above your own feeling of what resonates as true for you, you're going to fail. So if that means you're listening to it and you leave, you're gonna wish you didn't. So please trust your own self above anyone else, including me and Aurora.
Yes. I pulled another card and it's the same one. Free yourself.
After shuffling and everything, right?
Yeah. Free yourself from what you believe that of other people saying from and also I'm gonna say this for all the twin flames out there, also free yourself from the concept of twin flame. It's not necessarily the best relationship there is for you. It's not necessarily a romantic relationship to begin with. It's a mirror relationship, and it can be a very difficult one because if you're not ready to confront your traumas and your insecurities, that's going to be like coming back to you in full force.
Totally.
Even I do have so much support and I'm like in this business and like I have so much healing around me. When those things come, they're tough to deal with. So
yes, I agree.
Give your relationship a chance again, and then maybe if you're not happy where you are and this relationship cannot work, don't just leave because the psychic told you so again, but see the relationship for what it is.
And relationships are work. It's two different energies coming together and trying to decide how best to run their lives as a couple. Like that in and of itself is difficult. So I always, when I have a trauma or a relationship issue or something's going on, I look at myself and I say, why am I manifesting this? And I ask that question because it's really important so that you look at your own flaws and how one person can fix the relationship. It doesn't have to be a 50-50. You don't have to go to counseling, although I do recommend very much counseling. If you've been to the same counselor for a year or two and you're not making progress, wrong counselor. Go ahead. I'll get off my soapbox.
We have also another interesting question about people that were married before. And so she said, I've been married 10 years ago, but now I am really tired. Will I ever have another good relationship, like another real love? Um, okay, so I drew the card children and retreat. So children does not necessarily mean children, but if you have, of course, if you have children from your previous relationship, they are a big impact in your life. Means that you still need to be in good terms, at least with your husband. But I feel that in what's very important in when you embark on a new journey or a new relationship is to clear yourself from past relationship, even though energetically you might energetically still be married to the person before, especially if maybe there was never like a marriage, a signed marriage, and then you sign a contract. That's also very symbolic to, no, this relationship now is officially over. Usually when like we can be with someone for 10 years and then you break up and there is never anything written, be aware that you also need to clear those relationships, that you can still be energetically married to them, which will make it harder for another person to come in your life. And the other message is retreat. So it is time to disconnect and to take some time for yourself, even mentally. Like if you're always on the hunt, if you're always looking for the next thing that will make you feel better, you won't have time to just stop, listen to yourself and see, what did you learn from this relationship? What things worked and what things didn't work? What do you want to take with you in the new relationship and what do you want to leave behind? If you just jump from one person to another or without taking time and stopping, you will still learn, but you can learn the hard way. Like, have you ever noticed that you might be with 3 different people and they're basically the same person in different bodies? It's because like the lesson hasn't learned or you have not finished whatever you had to learn in those relationships. So even if it's new people, it's still the same relationship. So heal, clean yourself, take some time off, and then clearly decide what you want, and it will come to you. I don't know if you have anything else to add to that.
No, that's exactly right. The clearing yourself is really important. There's some really good meditations. I don't know where the meditations are that I have, but I have some cord cutting meditations, and just do a search for that. I'm sure that other people have them out there as well.
Okay. Another person, well, many people want to know what St. Valentine's Day will bring to the table. What this particular day will bring to the table.
2023, 2/14, 2023.
Got a beautiful message. Stay optimistic about your love life. I think if there's anything that Saint Valentine will bring is like being surrounded by love and like feeling, oh, love is in the air. Like it's a beautiful time in the year. And even if you're not with someone, stay optimistic that the right person for you is out there. And also take time for yourself, go out there, maybe go out with your other single friends or by yourself flowers, cook yourself a nice dinner, whatever you do for your significant other, just you can do it for yourself as well.
They one of my girlfriends sent me a happy Valentine's Day.
Oh yeah,
And
I've heard said that too.
last several years ago, I was single and I was just kind of in that sad wah, 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 phase of like it was Valentine's Day. And so I decided I was gonna email or not email, text a happy Valentine's Day to all my married friends that I knew had beautiful relationships. So I was just like relishing that I had these beautiful people to envision and mock up as the role model, and it really helped to shift my mood. So it's Valentine's Day, it's Friendship Day, it's Honoring Good Relationships Day. It can be for your children. It doesn't have to be for just a mate kind of thing.
Yeah. Oh, and then how much time do we have? We can do a few more, one more, two
Mhm.
more questions.
Yep.
One person is saying, just please, one letter, draw a card for love. What is happening in my life?
What is
What's
happening?
happening?
Okay. One card for what is happening?
Well, new love is the card that I drew, but also before that, I drew the card children. So I was going to mention this before in the other question. Children is not necessarily about your children; it can be about your inner child. So sometimes what's happening in your love life is that your inner child hasn't been fed enough with love, so you're looking for, puppy love or a kind of love that you as a child would look for, but not you as an adult. So tend to your inner child. Don't forget that you can do inner child healing, except for our cord cutting meditations, and that once you do, the more you do that healing work with your inner self, and the more you are less dependent on others emotionally, quote unquote, less dependent in the sense that you're looking for the partner as you look for mommy and daddy. If they never receive that kind of love, then new type of love, more elevated, and that it corresponds more to who you are right now, will come into your life. And if you've just met someone that you're not sure about, I also am having a nudge to tell you that go for it. Maybe the new love is just a type of love that a person that is not exactly your type. So keep an open mind that it might be different from what it usually looks like, or what the type that you usually go for, because maybe that's where the healing resides, or what that's it's worth giving it a shot.
But first and foremost, trust your gut. If you have a bad
Yes.
feeling, don't
Yes.
go out on the date.
Never,
Like,
never, ever,
don't
ever.
trust your own self. Um, there was one period when I was single that that over and over Spirit said, "Okay, you're going to have to go on these dates, and we want you to open your heart 160 degrees, like full open, wide open, and just love." And every first date they would say, this one's going to last 3 months, this one's one date, this one's, but it was like I had to practice this really open hearted love and not be in fear and just see what it goes. And there were several, and nothing lasted more than 3 months, and there were several different dates, and it was so interesting because each one brought me a different piece of myself that I needed to learn,
Hmm.
and a wisdom. And sometimes it was standing up for myself. Sometimes it was like, wow, I feel more empowered being around this person. How can I give that to myself? So I just say that with a grain of salt if you want to try that wide open heart
Yes.
and not worry that it's not going to last. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. And our last question for today would be for people that are single and they have been single for a very long time and fear that all the good ones are gone, or how do I go back in the market, or like, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
what's happening? Well, afraid that they will never find the right one, and
Yeah.
all that will come in their lives are inadequate. So how to heal that and what to do about that? See what I pick up.
I feel like you should do a download for that.
Hmm. Yeah, very interesting.
Mm.
Well, three cards. Okay, so first one is codependency. Addictions are affecting your romantic life. Second one is free yourself. And third one is deception. Someone is wearing a false mask in this relationship, and this someone can be you. So
Wow.
let's clear. Okay, so you can just say yes to these downloads. First of all, is I deserve true love. And I know what love is and what isn't, according to the definition of the creator and all there is. So I want to download the feeling of being free from codependency, and that is also dependent, affectionate, to be dependent affectionately. So what it feels like to just free yourself and to be free from asking for love, what it feels like to be already loved, that you are without a doubt very loved, you deserve love the way that you want to, and that you don't need to prove that you are lovable and desirable and that you deserve love. What it feels like to be free from the fear and the constraint that you need to earn love. Okay, just say
Mm.
yes to, I know what it feels like. I know what love feels like. I know what it feels like to be free from codependencies. And I allow myself to love myself.
Mm. Oh, I love that.
And the last one would be that you are loved for who you are, and you are allowed to display your true colors and be loved for who you are. You don't have to wear masks in relationships in order to make yourself loved. But that is, you already know that in the other
And you can be flawed
lessons.
and it's okay.
Yes, yes. You
Yeah.
are allowed to be too loud, too much, too beautiful, too capable, too smart, to anything that you want to be. You're allowed to choose.
And you're allowed to make mistakes and
Mistakes, yeah.
accidentally say the
Yeah,
wrong things and all those things too.
yeah. You're allowed to have bad days. You're allowed to be sad.
Yeah.
You're allowed to not go out there, not look for anyone in particular, and still be assured that you are lovable, that you deserve all the love in the world,
Yeah.
and that there is no time. So there's always someone there that is going to be compatible for you, that is going to be right for you. And it can happen now, it can happen in 80 years, in 30 years. Like, there is no right time. It's never too late. So you always have time, because time does not exist. So yeah, it is all quantic and all love, and it's all there forever.
We haven't, Aurora and I haven't had a chance to really talk today, but we had an issue with our coupon. Did we get our coupon fixed? Do you know?
I don't know.
Okay.
I send a message and I will see what they
Okay.
replied.
So we do
But
have the
yeah,
21 days to self-love at mds-institute.com. And it is an amazing course with both Aurora and I working on it and helping people through and just loving yourself more. So if you're interested in that, you can reach out to us or send our site a message, a contact us message, and see if the coupon's up and working. We'll see how much we can give off and if we can get that working.
yes. And yeah, I'm here if you want any questions that you might have. And thank you so much for asking the questions and receiving all the love in for this beautiful day. Sending hearts
Sending
and
love
flowers.
out.